This girl is a top female assassin in a murderous organization. She was raised from a young age and became a killing machine. This time, Kate has a tough mission that forces her to confront the Japanese Yakuza. Though she kills like it's nothing, Kate loves the color pink and hates trouble. She sits in a gaudy pink, Hello Kitty printed armored car. The car is equipped with countless types of weapons. Before taking action, her master, Varric, constantly reminds Kate to be careful because the Yakuza are extremely skilled in combat and disciplined. He also emphasizes that if this mission fails, 7 long years of meticulous preparation for the assassination will be for nothing, and the assassin organization could be completely wiped out. Hearing this, Kate is a little worried, but she reassures herself that in her 12 years as an assassin, she has never once missed her prey. Although Varric is also an assassin, he sees Kate as a niece. He doesn't forget to prepare a bottle of soda for her to boost her energy. Before long, the car stops in a corner of the harbor. Kate pretends to be a foreign tourist. She approaches 2 of the Yakuza boss's guards to ask for directions. Taking advantage of their unguarded moment, Kate kicks the 2 henchmen in the stomach, leaving them no time to react. After dealing with the 2 obstacles, Kate nimbly climbs the high steel beams alone to wait for the main target. She uses a long-range sniper rifle to aim at the target sitting in a car. Despite the considerable distance, Kate focuses intensely, adjusting for every millimeter. When the target appears, she is about to pull the trigger when she realizes a little girl is with him. Despite Varric's repeated orders to shoot, Kate can't bring herself to do it. Her rule is not to touch children. Seeing her prey about to slip away, coupled with the urging from her master, Kate has no choice but to fire a shot, finishing off the Yakuza man. The little girl with him sees her father shot in the neck, blood splattering everywhere, and screams in terror. The Yakuza men in the car, seeing there's a skilled operative, quickly flee, leaving the man who was just shot and the little girl behind, despite Ani's cries for help. The surroundings are frighteningly silent. Although the mission is complete, Kate feels a pang of conscience. She doesn't dare to face the bloody scene below. Even though a month has passed since that day's mission, she still can't forget the innocent eyes and the heart-wrenching scream of the target's daughter she had eliminated. Especially when seeing happy families on the street, Kate is reminded of that little girl's image. Because of this, she talked to Varric about wanting to retire. Although Varric tried to hold her back, arguing it was an unfortunate incident that no one could have foreseen, Kate remains resolute, believing they are assassins and must follow the rules, just like John Wick. If there were no rules, assassins would be no different from animals. Faced with Kate's determination, he has no choice but to agree to her request. Above all, what Kate wants is a normal life. She wants to get married and have children. Being a mother is her lifelong dream. Although her hands have committed many crimes, deep in her heart, Kate is still a woman. So that night, for the first time, she musters all her courage to live true to herself. Kate changes into a clean outfit and goes to a bar to have fun. There, a handsome guy strikes up a conversation with her. Although she's nearly 30, she rarely has the chance to flirt with the opposite sex. Moreover, this man is a smooth talker and doesn't take long to charm her. Kate quickly develops a crush on him, and that night, she rode the horse for the first time in her life. After the act, Kate receives a message from Varric about the final mission before her retirement. The Yakuza boss must be killed. Kate quickly moves to the central tower in Osaka and prepares her weapons to take out the target swiftly. Varric still directs from a distance, as always. Based on the direction, she quickly gets into position, facing southeast. But at this moment, she suddenly feels her body is strange, completely drained of strength. She even makes a serious mistake, causing the bullet to go off course and miss the target. The Yakuza, seeing this, tighten their security, making it even more difficult for Kate this time. She quickly runs to find a new vantage point, but fails again. At this moment, her body burns up, sending Kate into a panic. She vomits uncontrollably, but she cannot let this mission fail again. She hastily steals a car from 2 girls to chase them. Due to her excessive speed, the police pursue her closely to stop her. But Kate doesn't care. It seems she has been poisoned, causing a sudden spike in her dopamine levels. As expected, her car crashes into a wall and skids down the road. In a daze, she remembers her childhood, how Varric found and raised her to be a cold-blooded female assassin. He gave her the warmth of a family, which was something she had always longed for. When she wakes up, Kate finds herself in a hospital bed. Seeing she has just opened her eyes, the doctor bombards her with questions. According to the scans, the doctor diagnoses Kate with polonium-204 radiation poisoning, and she only has 24 hours to live. Only then does she realize she was poisoned by that bastard Steven. He had pretended to invite her for a drink that contained a radioactive substance. Kate angrily sweeps everything off the table. The doctor, seeing the tigress about to bare her fangs, also fearfully finds an excuse to slip away. The more she thinks about it, the more bitter she becomes, so Kate is determined to get revenge. She vows to find Steven and the person behind him who ordered him to do this. She secretly changes her clothes to escape from the hospital, because if Kate stays here, the Yakuza will most likely find and eliminate her. After seeing the police, she quickly hides in another room and pretends to be a doctor. She overpowers the doctor, forcing him to lead her to where the painkillers are kept to help her prolong her life. Once she has what she needs, she quickly goes to the parking lot and steals a car to go find Varric. But once in the car, she immediately changes her mind. Thanks to the information on Steven's ID, she knows his home address. At this time, the scoundrel is busy fooling around with a girl. Before he can compose himself, Kate barges in and lands a punch on Steven's face. She angrily questions why he poisoned her. It's clear they have never met before. Hearing this, Steven is also extremely bewildered. He says someone hired him to put a stimulant in the drink, but not poison. But this guy adamantly refuses to reveal the mastermind behind it. Kate then points her gun at his girlfriend, threatening her. Only when the girl's life is threatened does he confess. The person who hired him is a Yakuza nightclub manager named Sato, who is also part of the Kojima clan. It should be known that this Yakuza family is the most powerful empire in the Japanese underworld. Kate can't help but curse. The girl next to Steven also chimes in, begging for their lives, saying that Sato would grant them freedom if they finished the job with Kate. Thinking that these two are in a similar situation as herself, she spares their lives. The radiation causes her to vomit blood continuously. Kate has to use a high-concentration hemostatic drug to avoid losing too much blood. The girl from before, being kind, brings a new set of clothes for Kate to change into. She asks the girl for a can of lemon-flavored soda, the kind Kate often drinks. This is something connected to Kate's childhood, so this drink is like a form of healing. The two also chat for a bit. The girl introduces herself as Kanako. After the conversation, Kate quickly runs to find Varric and tells him everything that happened to her. Kate's master is heartbroken for his student. He believes that Sato must have the antidote. But when he hears about the toxin Kate is infected with, he also knows there is no hope left as she only has a few hours to live. Suddenly, Kate asks about the target's information, the person Varric wanted her to assassinate. Usually, she wouldn't ask out of respect for secrecy, but things have come to this. Kate has nothing left to lose and wants to wipe out the entire Yakuza. According to Varric's revelation, he belongs to the Kojima clan. It turns out the man she had shot dead was the brother of the Kojima clan's leader. His name was Kentaro. Of course, the Japanese gang boss would not let this go and had planned to take revenge on Kate. Moreover, the Japanese Yakuza are very concerned about their reputation, so they will stop at nothing. When she asks about the leader's whereabouts, Varric can't know for sure. After she failed to assassinate him last night, Kojima will show his face even less. As for Sato, he manages the Black Lizard nightclub. Once she has a lead, Kate decides to get revenge on Sato first, then the Kojima boss. She goes to a store to buy some items to prepare for the next assassination. In just a few steps, Kate easily creates a homemade silencer. At this moment, in their mansion, they are engrossed in watching an artistic performance. When she sees Sato being escorted inside by his underlings, Kate immediately follows behind. She demonstrates the supreme skill of a top assassin, hiding in the shadows. At the same time, Sato and his men are discussing how the boss will go into hiding for a while after Kate's failed assassination attempt. Before he can finish his sentence, Kate rushes in and gives one of them a lead candy as a warning. The other two are too scared to scream. Kate's reckless, fearless demeanor scares the hell out of Sato. But in the end, Sato is a loyal man and refuses to talk. Kate doesn't say much, just sends him on a one-way ticket to his ancestors. The underlings hear the commotion and rush in. Kate immediately restrains the remaining man, forcing the others not to make a move. When she can't get the information she needs, she doesn't hesitate to eliminate him as well. Seeing their boss is dead, the underlings charge at her. Kate solos against many tall guys without being at a disadvantage. Kate is not only good at long-range shooting, but also extremely proficient in close-quarters combat. Although she is tired, she doesn't back down from anyone. But no matter how skilled she is, her strength is bound to be depleted. Unfortunately, a large, fat man grabs Kate and repeatedly slams her against the wall. But very quickly, Kate regains her form. She lightly deals with the hand grabbing her hair and then quickly takes care of the other one. Seeing all his gang brothers are dead, one remaining man quickly reveals that the little girl Ani might know where Kojima is. After all, she is the leader's niece. Next, Kate quickly goes to the dance club to find Ani's whereabouts. It doesn't take long for her to see Ani dancing with friends. The screaming face that haunts her even in her dreams makes Kate a bit stunned to see the girl again. Kate quickly takes a car battery and zaps each of the bodyguards following Ani, then quickly pulls the girl away with her. After struggling for a while, Ani breaks free and runs into an alley but is easily found by Kate. But she has no intention of harming Ani and only asks her to call her uncle, Kojima. But Ani can only reach him through his advisor, Renji, so she can't do as Kate says right away. But when Ani calls Renji at Kate's request, someone else answers the phone. Ani speaks in Japanese and explains her current situation to the person on the other end. Of course, Kate doesn't understand Japanese, so she doesn't know Ani is calling her a bitch. Before the girl can say more, Kate snatches the phone and demands they show up, or she will eliminate Ani. On the other side, Shinzo, Renji's underling, reports this to him. Renji then orders the other Yakuza to hunt down and eliminate Kate before Kojima finds out anything. He doesn't want to bother the boss, but when everyone has left, he reveals his true intentions to his underlings, to eliminate Ani as well, because he wants to take over Kojima's gang. Kate's condition grows worse as she continuously vomits blood uncontrollably, which Ani finds extremely repulsive. The little girl even taunts Kate, calling her a cancer-ridden hag about to die, which infuriates her. The radiation gradually causes her teeth to fall out, and the blood vessels on her body look like they are about to burst. Seeing Kate's current state, Ani no longer feels hatred but becomes compassionate. Suddenly, she ties Ani up in the bathroom because she doesn't want the girl to follow her to her death. After that, the Yakuza also quickly gather their forces to find her as soon as possible. Sitting in a restaurant, Kate sees a few men starting to loiter around. She fearlessly walks up to confront Shinzo. Since she hasn't seen the boss, she still hasn't told them Ani's location. Kate doesn't know that this action of hers has inadvertently saved Ani's life. After a moment of growling, the two sides charge into a brawl. Kate quickly runs into the kitchen area to avoid the bullets. She presses a man's face onto the grill, sending him to an early grave. Then, to evade their attack, Kate climbs to the upper floor and jumps out of the building. With her agile skills, Kate easily swings down to the ground. After that, she weaves through a hail of bullets to escape. The gunfight becomes increasingly intense, forcing Kate to run into a dark alley. When she reaches a public bathhouse, an unlucky assassin who happens to run out of bullets is immediately eliminated by Kate. After that, Shinzo leads his remaining underlings to continue hunting for Kate. Just then, Ani has untied herself, run outside, and met her uncle's men. Ani thinks she has been saved, but when she sees the strange look in their eyes and the muzzles of their guns, she understands something is wrong. The man even continuously curses at Ani, telling her to go meet her dead father. Just in the nick of time, Kate arrives to save the girl. Knowing this woman has no intention of killing her, Ani follows Kate to escape. But Kate never intended for Ani to follow, as the girl would only be a hindrance. In the end, she sees an image of her younger self in Ani, also once looked down upon and ridiculed, so Kate decides to let Ani come along. Suddenly, the pain strikes, making her tremble. Seeing this, Ani helps her pick up the painkillers. Knowing that Kate only has a few hours to live, Ani becomes very sad and believes her uncle harmed Kate in the same way he harmed her father. After that, Kate enjoys a rare moment of happiness. Seeing Ani and Kate together, they look very much like a mother and daughter having fun, which can be considered fulfilling Kate's dream of having a family before she dies. Through Ani, she learns that Renji is a two-faced person and has a boyfriend named Jojima. She will start from his place and then track down Renji. Of course, Ani still believes Kojima killed her father, so she is still dedicated to helping Kate get revenge. The little girl pretends to go to Jojima's apartment to cry for help and makes up a story to get the Yakuza to trust her. Thus, Ani successfully gets the bodyguard to lead her to Jojima. At the same time, Kate steps out from the shadows. This guy isn't scared and even scoffs at Kate. He is determined not to reveal any information about his boyfriend Renji. After that, this guy takes advantage of an opening to attack her. He may look like that, but his martial arts skills are quite formidable. Kate has to struggle immensely to fight him. Although Kate manages to punch him in the stomach, Jojima also throws her backward. Seeing the bad situation for her, Ani picks up the gun on the floor and points it at Jojima. When he strangles Kate to the point of near death, Ani pulls the trigger but unfortunately hits Kate. Jojima then lunges forward to teach Ani a lesson. Just when it seems this is the end for her and Ani, the little girl manages to smash Jojima's head to save Kate. The blood on her face reminds Ani of her father's death. Kate, Also unable to shake the haunting memory, hugs and comforts the girl. While searching, Kate accidentally notices something wrong with the refrigerator door and removes a sticker from it. And so, she gets more guns to fight with. Ani also finds Renji's location thanks to his boyfriend's phone. After that, Ani stands to block Renji's car because she has hated this man for a long time. Before they can understand what Ani is doing, they are shot at by Kate from a distance. After capturing Renji, Kate questions him about why he poisoned her. Ani is no less fierce and blames Renji's group for killing her father. Thanks to a clue from Renji, the girl also learns Kojima's exact location. Before leaving, Kate knocks him unconscious out of anger. Next, she joyfully calls Varric to inform him that she knows the whereabouts of the Yakuza boss. Hearing this, he wants to come help Kate, but she refuses, not wanting Varric to get into trouble. Since she is going to die anyway, she is not afraid. After saying goodbye to Varric, the two quickly head to Kojima's place. In the taxi, they also have a chance to talk more about themselves. Although Kate is not interested, moreover, she is afraid Ani will be disappointed to learn that she was the one who killed her father. Before long, they both arrive at Kojima's headquarters. Kate intends to go in alone because she doesn't want Ani to be in danger. The pain causes her to collapse. Kate has to take a lot more medicine just to stand up again. Inside, only Kojima is sitting there, with not a single bodyguard around. The old man is very calm, showing no expression of surprise or fear. At this point, Kojima slowly explains that he never targeted Kate. Her death means nothing to him. It turns out she was just a tool being used by someone else. Renji is the one behind all of this. What's worse is that Varric betrayed Kate and joined forces with him. At this moment, Varric also drives up to the mansion gate and meets Ani sitting in front. He pretends to be Kate's friend to deceive Ani. When she learns she has been betrayed, Kate is heartbroken. Her tears fall ceaselessly after being fatally stabbed by the person she trusted most. Varric's side is even more despicable as he reveals to Ani that it was Kate who shot her father. Feeling guilty for his brother's death, Kojima asks Kate to end his life so he can die with honor. But she does not grant him his wish. The gunshot lets those outside know something is wrong inside, especially Ani. The little girl is regretful, knowing she helped the enemy harm her own relative. Kate comes out to face Ani. She takes the blame for everything and advises the girl not to go with Varric because he is a bad person. Finally, the confrontation causes Kate to collapse to the ground. The little girl runs to the car with Varric. On the fragile line between life and death, Kate remembers everything. It turns out it was Varric who killed her father and raised her as a pawn to be used. And he is about to do the same thing to Ani. Kate cannot accept this, so she tries to wake up. Just then, Kojima comes over and gives her a painkiller shot. It turns out the shot she fired earlier did not hit him in the head. On the other side, Ani is taken to Renji's place. Seeing the two men arguing, the little girl realizes she chose the wrong side. Although Kate killed her father, the masterminds were these two. It turns out everything Varric did was just to merge his assassin organization with the Japanese Yakuza. Ironically, the person Kate thought was the enemy is the one who gives her a little warmth in her final hours. Kojima gives her her favorite drink, lemon-flavored soda. Kate walks into the tiger's den without fear because behind her is an entire army sent by Kojima to help. Wherever she goes, the enemy guards die like flies. It must be said that Kate's shooting skills prove that her title as the organization's #1 assassin is not just for show. Unfortunately, Kate and Kojima's group are shot at with laser-sighted rifles. Although they suffer heavy losses, she still manages to wipe them all out. Unfortunately, she is sneak attacked by a survivor, but luckily Kojima is there to back her up. The great commotion makes it impossible for Varric and Renji to sit still. They split up to take action. Just as Renji leaves, the boss appears to deal with the traitor. The demeanor of an old underworld boss makes even Renji nervous. Kojima throws a katana, demanding he duel with him like true samurais. This guy looks down on Kojima as an old man, but with just 2 strikes from the boss's sword, he is dead before he can say his last words. On this side, Kate faces Varric's assassin underlings alone. She throws a grenade that sends them flying backward, then she charges into battle but is unfortunately shot in the leg. Of course, an assassin as trained as Kate cannot give up. She quickly takes down one after another to save Ani. At this moment, the little girl is tied to a chair and held hostage by Varric. Facing her teacher, her savior, but also her enemy, she is both angry and heartbroken. But he continues to manipulate her psychologically, hoping Kate will fall into his trap as before. But now she understands Varric's evil nature and doesn't fall for his tricks. So, both sides point their guns at each other and are both injured. Ani quickly escapes to her uncle. Finally, Kate can no longer bear it as her body has reached its limit. She closes her eyes in Ani's arms. Before she dies, Kate apologizes to the little girl and reveals that she is very fond of Ani. The movie ends here. Thank you for watching. What do you think of this film? Please comment below.